A lot of people think that if something is meant to be, it will just happen naturally, without them needing to change anything about themselves. They believe that if two people are truly meant to be together, the universe will somehow fix everything, remove all obstacles, and bring them together at the perfect time. But if that were completely true, then why do some connections feel so strong, so real, and yet still don't fully come together the way you want? Why does it feel like something is there, something is building, but not fully arriving? It's not because the universe is confused. And it's not because your desire is wrong. It's because the universe doesn't just respond to connection, it responds to alignment. And alignment is not about the other person, it's about you. Because two people can be perfectly aligned at the level of connection, but completely misaligned at the level of identity. And when that happens, the relationship doesn't feel stable, no matter how strong the bond is. So yes, the universe may already be bringing you closer to this person. But before it can fully come together in the way you want, there is one thing that has to shift first. The version of you who is experiencing it, and this is where most people misunderstand manifestation. They focus so much on the person, on what they are doing, what they are thinking, when they will come back, when things will change, that they completely overlook the one place where everything is actually being decided. Their self-concept. Because the truth is, you are not just manifesting a person. You are manifesting yourself in relation to that person. You are manifesting the version of you who is loved, chosen, prioritized, respected, and secure in that relationship. And if that version of you is not yet your dominant identity, then even if things start moving, they won't feel stable. You might get moments of closeness and then distance. You might see signs and then confusion. You might feel like it's working and then suddenly it feels like it's slipping away. Not because the connection isn't real, but because the identity holding it isn't stable yet. And I want you to really hear this in a calm, reassuring way. Nothing is going wrong. You're just being guided to become the version of yourself who can actually experience the love you desire without fear, without doubt, without constantly feeling like you might lose it. Because if deep inside, you still see yourself as someone who gets left, someone who is not prioritized, someone who has to chase or prove their worth, then even the right person will feel inconsistent in your reality. Not because they are inconsistent, but because your inner identity is the outer world always reflects the way you see yourself. Not occasionally, not sometimes, always. So if you see yourself as someone who is naturally chosen, then you will begin to experience situations where you are chosen. If you see yourself as someone who is secure and valued, then your relationships will begin to reflect that stability. But if you keep identifying as someone who is unsure, someone who is waiting, someone who is hoping things work out, then your reality will continue to mirror that uncertainty back to you. And this is why simply visualizing or affirming is not enough on its own. Because you can say, they love me 100 times. But if your deeper identity is still saying, I hope I'm enough, that is the version of you that is being expressed. Self-concept is not about the words you repeat. It's about the version of you that feels most real when you are alone with your thoughts. It's the story you believe about yourself in love. It's how you react to silence. It's how you interpret delay. It's what you assume is happening when you don't have proof. If there is a gap in communication, do you immediately feel like something is wrong? Or do you remain grounded in the knowing that you are valued, regardless of temporary circumstances? If things are not moving yet, do you feel like you are being rejected? Or do you trust that everything is still unfolding in your favor? These small inner reactions reveal your true identity more than any affirmation ever will. And this is not something to judge yourself for. It's something to become aware of. Because awareness is what allows change. And the moment you start shifting the way you see yourself, everything begins to shift with you. Not instantly, not dramatically, but naturally. You start feeling less anxious. You stop checking for constant validation. You stop needing to control every outcome. And instead, you begin to feel steady. And that steadiness is what allows love to come in without resistance. Because now you are not asking from lack. You are allowing from alignment. And this is where things start to feel different. You're no longer trying to make the relationship happen. You are becoming the version of yourself for whom it is natural. You're not waiting to be chosen. You feel chosen. You're not hoping to be loved. You feel worthy of love. You're not trying to hold on to the connection. You trust it. And from this place, something very powerful happens. You stop chasing. You stop overthinking every small detail. You stop making the other person the center of your emotional world. And instead, you return to yourself. Not in a detached or cold way, but in a grounded, secure way, where you know that your value does not depend on someone else's behavior. And this is the shift that changes everything. Because now, even if the outer situation hasn't fully changed yet, you have. And once you change, the outer world has no choice but to reorganize itself around that new identity. That's how manifestation actually works. It's not about forcing outcomes. It's about becoming the person for whom the outcome is normal. So if you've been feeling like things are taking time, don't immediately assume that something is wrong. Time is not the real issue. Distance is not the real issue. Even the other person is not the real issue. The only thing that matters is the version of you that is showing up internally. Because the universe is not delaying your relationship. It's aligning you with it. It's helping you release the identity that would struggle in that relationship, so you can step into the one that thrives in it. And that process requires honesty with yourself. Not pressure, not force, just honesty. Where am I still feeling not enough? Where am I still doubting myself? Where am I still placing someone else above me? And as you start answering these questions gently, without judgment, you begin to shift. You begin to choose new thoughts, new assumptions, new ways of seeing yourself. Not because you are trying to fix yourself, but because you are remembering who you actually are. Someone who is worthy of love without needing to earn it. Someone who is chosen without needing to compete. Someone who is secure without needing constant reassurance. And the more you settle into this identity, the less you feel like you are waiting. Because it no longer feels like something outside of you. It starts to feel inevitable. It starts to feel natural. And that quiet confidence, that calm knowing, is what allows the relationship to finally come together in a stable, aligned way. So if you're watching this and wondering whether your connection is real, it is. If you're wondering whether the universe is bringing you closer, it is. But the final step is not about them coming toward you. It's about you coming back to yourself, fully, honestly, completely. Because the version of you who has the relationship you desire already exists. And the more you become that version, the less you will feel like you are trying to make something happen. It will feel like something that is already unfolding, something that is already yours. And you are simply aligning with it step by step from within. You don't need to chase. You don't need to beg. You don't need to overthink every moment. You just need to shift the way you see yourself in love. And when that shifts, everything else follows. Naturally, effortlessly, in a way that finally feels secure, real, and lasting. And when it happens, it won't feel like something you struggled to get. It will feel like something that always belonged to you and is now finally here. I hope this helped you. Subscribe, and I will meet you with another golden nugget soon. Happy manifesting.